All right. Well, here we are again. It's Monday. We're late. Sounds like that's starting to be a little bit of a thing. Dinra made it here just at the same time as us. Imagine they've been waiting. Fantastic to see you. Almost forgot what we must start with, and that is a bit of a cheers. Araby, good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. You, of all people, will understand the fact that stuff never goes right when you try and go live. But there we go. Welcome again to Anthony and to Kitty, who are joining in. We are just waiting on a couple of our players because life doesn't seem to stop. And so we can't go into the real world quite yet. But we will wait a few minutes. We'll have a bit of a g'day. We'll work out what's happening tonight. And then we might have to just prop in. Dinra, you can't be throwing the posture check that much. I have changed the camera. So there's that. I'll have to cancel them if you keep doing that. And then you'll get timed out. All right? We don't need spam in the chat. That's not the community we've got. Unless I ask for it. That's different. You're much better off, Dinra, putting that spam into our ongoing community challenge. We are at 30% raised, so you, the chat, and the community can organise the NPC that sends us out on our way next week, well, week after next. So throw those channel points in there if you can. That's a lot. But as you can see, my posture is perfect. Anyway, tonight, I'm probably not going to stay abreast of the chat as much, provided that everything continues along. So, please engage in that chat. We will jump in as much as we can, both on our chat in-game, and I will be keeping half an eye whenever I can on the Session Zero engagement part of the Discord, which I have sort of vaguely over that way. We've got a completely different layout again this week to what we had last week, because my house is in flux as we try and sell it. Anthony, lovely to have you with us. This is your first chance for us to do some role-playing together, so I'm very excited about that. We have Kitty joining us in various bit parts this evening, depending on what happens to happen.
Awesome, thank you.
So I got a little bit of a background plan set up there. We are also waiting on Arlene, who is set to join us for her first run as Tana Twistbonk. But we're just waiting on her to pop online, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But, as I say, the real world seems to continueth, even when we want it to stop.
Where are we picking up from?
I'm open to that. I understand from Arlene's setup that she is a gnome who worked for the Marshal Incidentria in the vaults. Now, the vaults are on this little island right here. And she is a former employee because she was fired. So I thought we might delve a little bit into that. And the reason she was fired was because there was a robbery of the vault. And whether she was implicated or whether she failed to stop it is unclear. And I thought that might be an interesting thing to follow up. And seeing as Remy has dabbled perhaps in the not so above board elements of the region, it might be a situation where your name was dropped somehow and it sends her on a bit of an inspection or a bit of a quest to try and find out what went on at the very least. Okay. With barely a name. So that's the plan. If we don't have Arlene, however, we are going to have to absolutely riff.
Cool.
So my assumption is that you're probably spending some time in the town. I have a sneaking suspicion that you may have been at a certain pit fight in the docks about a week ago.
Okay.
From the betting that went on in chat. So I've added that into my canon. So you may or may not have been there, and we may or may not get on to that during the course of this setup. However, as we wait for the rest of our players, I'm just going to check from time to time here to find what's going on. Nope, still nothing there. Yeah, I will try and talk us through a little bit of the stuff that we've done in planning over the past few days. So Sedendria, you'll notice, has all of these fancy little red numbers on it. And during one of our sessions in the last couple of weeks, we worked out exactly what those numbers meant because they disappeared. Now, it looks like every time I pop out, I have to make sure that you're up or the faces go away. That's a good thing to know as well. So you can see the map there on the screen to the right of our heads. And each one of those dots has a specific different thing. So we've worked out that the Regent Lord of Sedendria is one Lord Marshal Alar Berind. And we're going on a little bit of a militaristic leadership. And each different one of those either has a relevance to that world or to the general city. The session last week, Kitty and Brendo and Sasha found their way to a tavern, the Hanged Man's Toenail, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, the Hung Vagrant's Toenail, where Sasha's character, Althea, revealed that they had received a mysterious summons to the crossroads. And so I went ahead and prepared the crossroads just in case that was where we were going to end up.
Yay.
It looks like that. Now, Remy, on this note, where is it that you felt that you were in and around this?
You mean in this city or just in this?
In this city, in general.
Yeah. Okay. So if I just go back a little bit, while he grew up in some sort of rural farming community, as a means of breaking out of that, was never destined to live that life. Hooked up with smugglers as a means to more get out than any particular tendency towards crime. So it was more just the not desperation, but it was the only real way of making it out. So he's hooked up with some sort of crew, or maybe on a ship if it's a long way from where he's from. I remember some sort of arid area to the south, sort of Spain, Portugal type of weather, geography. So I'm guessing he might be here as a taking the opportunity to say, right, yeah, sure, I'll escort some goods, basically be a hand on a ship, and decided to either take his leave with those people or be still connected with them if that's the way you want to go, and so be somewhere down docks wise, or could have made his way easily into somewhere else.
Excellent. Okay, so I don't think you would have necessarily had to stay in the docks. I would suggest that having got out of your nearby town, you might be spending some of your time up here at number 15,
Yep.
which is known as the Commons. And there is a market district in there as well. Right next to, of course, the Growers' Quarter. And
Okay.
so somewhere around there might be where you're spending your time, but somebody as rough and strong as you also has developed a few connections in and around the slums there. Number 5, the Rat's Maze.
Yep.
Which is why you may or may not have stumbled across a certain fight in recent times. You may or may not have been there as muscle. It sort of depends on you.
I was in the crowd and having a bet. Lost a bit of money on that, I think.
Yeah, well, it's not often that a bet for Darrow goes astray, but that was one for the ages.
Right.
I won.
Very
But you know, it was my first use of currency in my life, so
I'm well enamored of currency, but I just don't have enough of it.
All right, just bear with me while I check it. I think.
Okay.
Popping on and off again.
So he's pretty naive in the ways of the city and easily seduced by city vice. It's got a huge appeal for someone who's just looking to, make their way in the world and see all the cool shit you can get up to.
Fantastic. And so you say you came by boat.
Yeah, so there must have been some sort of job offered actually on board a ship, but clearly they had a smuggling side of the operation that had a legitimate side as well.
Excellent. Well, I would suggest then you may have come from around this crossroad up here on the north of Tails Pass.
Okay.
Which meant that you might have run a river barge down from Lake Tsoon through the inlet and around the dangerous pass around the Sedendarian Highlands. Because it's much easier to go around that horn than it is to travel goods overland to Sedendria. It's one of the quirks of where it happens to be.
Yep.
So I think that puts paid to our backstory. I am getting to the stage where we're probably going to have to run without Arlene. So let's check once more.
It's all on you, Remy.
Oh, God.
No pressure.
Yeah.
All right, so I've sent that one through. We'll give that one a few moments. Ahoy, there we go. Oh, no, that's you.
No, that's me.
All right, I've jumped into Arlene's DM, so just to make sure that she's about and available.
Okay.
And if not, I'm just in the background there, panicking slightly to try and work out what we're going to do. Do I have other setups that I can run? You know what we can do? We might just pop over to here, because I'm going to suggest that if that doesn't work, you might have popped just outside of town to this general area, because you can see it's a nice little agrarian area, and there might be a reason that you've popped in there. I think I'm going to have to just roll with that.
Okay.
If that's how it works. Okay, there we go.
I'll generally be travelling light. He's got leather armour.
Uh-huh.
Although he spent his, whatever it was, 1 year as a conscript in the militia, so perfectly fine with the pike and heavy armour, but avoids it at all cost if he can help it.
Excellent. Arlene forgot about today and is playing another game elsewhere.
No.
Right. Okay. All right. We will do our lead into that instead.
Okay. Test the powers of ad lib.
That's it. All right. So, rather than Tanare tonight, Kitty, I'm going to get you to play someone else. I would like you to be. Who was it you thought that you were employed by once you got, or in this smuggling venture? Do you know who your employer was, Remy?
My employer?
Yes.
No, I haven't done any sort of background names. You want me to just come up with one now?
No, that's all right. You got a message. It wasn't from the leader or anyone, but it was definitely somebody who said that they would meet you at Egan's joint, which you eventually find out is the Hung Vagrant's Toenail. And you find yourself in there at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, nervously looking around for your mark. Kitty.
Yes.
You're the mark. Your name is Ashar. and you have a message for Remy. You know that he's just done a quick job for the boss in running a boat through from Lake Soon. He didn't know exactly what was on that barge, and it's best that it stays that way. But you know that he's done well enough that he's going to get himself another job. It is your job to pay him for the previous job and encourage him to find his way to your meeting place at the crossroads.
Okay.
So you're sitting there on your second pint, perhaps.
Yeah. Sure.
And you see a fairly green individual pop through that you reckon must be your mark. Over to you, Remy.
I'll wander in, look around. I'm trying to look cool and failing a little, looking like I'm a little bit not lost, but looking around for something, but a little bit too eager. Trying to be roguish, but probably a little bit too tall and heavy set for the sort of sneaky little weasel types that you think of as being the local rogues.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, I'll cast my eye around. Let's see. That is extremely bad. A 6, I believe. Do you see these? I'm in D&D Beyond rolling them.
No, I don't have D&D Beyond up yet. Hold on.
Yeah, so I'm squinting around like Charles Bronson or Clint Eastwood trying to look cool. And then I'll pan backwards, forwards.
Usha, roll me your perception.
Ooh, perception. Just a straight 20, right?
Yeah, just roll a straight 20.
Yeah. One sec. 12.
So you notice him looking around, trying to look tough. You've seen that before. But what you also notice are two others in the bar mark this individual very quickly. And I wouldn't say that they're directly salivating, but you get the distinct impression that he's been seen for what he is. And partially for the reason that you're looking for him, green as hell. As you walk meekly towards the bar, one of those people, the publican, looks up and says, "Newbie, welcome to me joint."
To me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To you.
Oh, really? Give me an hour. What's the local drink around here?
And he sort of looks at you for a second and then just pint on the bar.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
like,
Right. I'll reach into my pocket, pull out some coins.
and I wait. He waits.
I'll look up at him inquisitively.
5 silver.
Okay. Seems a bit expensive, but I'm not going to say anything. This is how it's done here. He's easily ripped off. And I'll take my my pint and turn around, put my elbow back on the bar, leaning backwards. Sit
Can I
on the
approach?
stool and look around.
Yeah, okay. So from nowhere, as far as you're concerned, you suddenly feel someone to your left elbow.
Okay. I'll cock an eyebrow and look off to one side. Lift up the drink as a sort of cheers and a nod. and then try and think: does this person fit my description?
Is this me?
Yep. So
Or is this-
you're up there now.
Yeah, just checking. Okay, so I'll turn to him and say, "You know they rip you off. That drink is it's not worth that much. You pay too much."
Okay, I'll try and I'll say, "Oh, thanks for that," but and try and recover. Tastes good, but
You look down at the bar and you notice that there are still 3 silver sitting there. And Egan looks up and goes, "You're lucky you've got somebody watching you there."
mm.
And then and he says,
Yeah,
"I'm keeping that second silver though."
of course, it's fair earned.
So, what are we doing?
You look like someone I'm looking for.
Hmm.
Are you Remy?
I am Remy Tarazul, from far to the south.
That's quite a story.
Especially as you realise, Ashar, that Remiel's original home is to the north of there. Like
Oh, to the north. Yes, my map was upside down.
Sedendria is the southernmost part of the continent.
Oops.
I thought you were deliberately lying.
Oh,
to
yes,
me.
so did I. Yeah.
No, he's completely.
He's naive.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Sorry,
anyway, you go on. What are we up to?
Oh,
I'm looking for work.
Saying, I have something for you, but perhaps we should maybe find a table somewhere more away from eyes.
A booth. I like booths.
Booth.
Let's go. And I'll drink half of my drink and then head on.
As you walk away, you hear a cough from behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look back, Egan just sort of tips his head towards the last coins and says, "I won't let you leave it behind again."
I'll take my coins.
And he winks at Ashar and goes back to what he's doing.
How many are there? 2?
Still 3 left.
Okay.
There's plenty of tables there, a couple of booths, and Ashar, you'd know that there were some more rooms up the stairs that you'd be able to get a hold of if you were looking for proper privacy.
Yeah, sure. How many people is it? How busy is the bar?
3 o'clock in the afternoon, so reasonably
busy.
reasonably quiet for this time of day, but there's still a dozen people in the bar, and it's not a particularly large space.
And Remy has been spotted as an easy target.
Absolutely.
All right. Do those people that I took an interest, are they still kind of hovering, or they've realized that I've got him and they're kind of given up?
Roll me a perception check.
12 again.
You see one still watching, but again, very cautiously now. Aside from that, you see nothing.
Okay. So we'll sit down and just kind of beckon Remy to sit down across from me.
Okay.
I assume he does.
Yeah, I come and sit down and lean in and look around over my shoulder. I'm like Luke in the cantina.
So say, you recently did a job, yes?
Yes, I've done quite a few.
A few?
Looking for more work, if you've got some.
Well, I have a mutual friend who is interested in perhaps giving you more work. We hear you did a good job in your last job. You said I have his pay for that job? Is that
Yeah,
right?
you've got what would it be?
So I just slide whatever it is, like the coins or a pouch,
Okay.
across the table, but like try to be a bit more like I'm just grabbing his hand or something. I don't want to flash the money around.
Yeah.
And just kind of slide it to him and say, "Yes, our mutual friend says hi.
20.
Here is your pay."
You can add 20 gold in gems.
Okay, happy days. I'll slide it across. I'm not going to open it or look at it. I'll just pocket it and say, with thanks.
Well, like I say, you impressed.
So, is this a good time to tell me what's next?
Oh, next, I'm more a messenger and deliverer of goods. I don't make the decisions.
Ah,
But I have been told to pass you a message that you should come meet in the crossroads.
Okay. Where Crossroads? Is that a place? I've been there, right? Is that where the pit fighting was?
No, that's in the docks. You'll not have been there
Okay.
as yet. It's about a mile and a half out of town through the main gate.
Okay.
A little bit less if you can get through the flea gate, but that tends to be closed. Although you wouldn't necessarily know that. You would, Ashar, and you luckily enough have vague directions that you hand him.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll take those and say with thanks. There's still a bit of light left. It's late afternoon, so I'm keen to make my way through the city.
Oh, you're in a rush. I thought perhaps now you buy me a drink. I mean, you just got paid, right? Tell you what, I will bargain for the price if you pay the tab.
Drinks are on me. You can do the dealing.
Did you go upstairs or did you stay down there?
Oh, I was just in a sort of the most secluded of the downstairs tables.
All right, so
I'd like to nod at Edgar. What was his name? Egan. And be like, I want a drink.
Two drinks are over there. Yeah. Fairly quickly, almost faster than you would have been able to order them and pour them.
Yeah, they were waiting.
Your connections are known well enough, and strangely enough, no discussion of further payment is required.
Fully paid him for the night. Okay.
Wow. I think 2 silver is a fair few ales, is it not?
Right.
From memory.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably something I should check on the dungeon on the in the player's handbook. But I get the impression that we're talking a matter of copper for most ales.
Yeah, you just bought like everyone's drinks for the entire night.
We don't sell duck here, we sell food. Okay. Yeah, great. I'm happy to sit around and have a few drinks.
Awesome. Well, by the time you finish, how long do you drink for?
I'm sort of super keen to get moving, so after maybe two drinks.
No worries. And you would know, Ashar, that probably is an appropriate time. You don't really want him ferreting around out of the crossroads during daylight anyway.
Yeah.
Just trying to have a look at how much beer actually is, because I don't normally look at it. A mug of ale, 4 copper pieces as an average price.
Okay. Well, that's 1 silver buys 2, pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. So you get your money's worth and perhaps a little more. Egan's not known as somebody who rips people off, but you never miss an open deal. Alrighty. So
we finish up. I get up, stretch, roll the
Speaking of-
shoulders, crack.
as you make your way, roll me a d20.
Okay. I'm in D&D Beyond here.
Hold on, let me bring that up.
Is there
See
a
if it
way
works.
for just straight dice rolling?
I think so. I think there's an actual.
It's just on the there's
the
an
bars,
icon
isn't
on
it?
the left, lower left. There's a little dice icon. You can just click on those.
Oh, yeah, that's right. In your page. So I'll just bring it up now.
Yeah, when you have your character sheet up.
Yeah, I've got the character sheet up.
Yeah,
This
so there's a
one.
little little
This-
symbol,
That
On the
little guy
bottom
down
left.
there.
and you click on it, and it comes up with little icons of all the different types of dice.
Bottom left is proficiencies.
Right to the left of that. Zoom it out if you're not in. So if you look on the screen, if you've got the stream up, if you have a look on what I've got up there, my mouse is kind of springing around it.
Oh yeah, you've got it up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just click on that, and then click however many dice of which kind you want, and then click
That-
roll at the bottom.
Hang on. That icon is not on my bloody thing.
You might not have connected it.
That's okay.
Just roll medicine because you get +0 to that.
Also, you can just like literally type roll d20 on Google, and it comes up with a bunch of different dice you can just roll.
Okay, I have a 6.
Okie dokie. A 6.
Cool.
Low's good, right?
So you don't even get out of the slums. You're on the edge of the slums, mind, but rather than going back towards the docks, you head off the other way and end up down this alleyway, and you haven't gone 50 steps before you hear a noise behind you.
I'll slowly spin around and just casually have a look back.
And you see 3 individuals, one of whom you recognize from the pub.
Those swine from the bar, and I'll sort of put my hand to my thigh where there's a spike.
Once they're within earshot, they stop being particularly quiet once you see them. And the first one comes up and says, "New fish. Welcome to Sedendria. Where are you going this time of afternoon?"
Where I'm going is no concern of yours.
Rose, this is a private street. Think you have to pay the toll.
I'm not going to reply to him. I'll stand my ground.
You see one of them sort of shrink back and disappear off into the alleyway.
How are they dressed?
Well for the slums.
Okay. For the one that slinks off, if he slinks, can I go for him?
They're not within. He's probably not within melee range.
Okay.
They're probably 10 or 15 feet away when the first one stops.
Okay. If he's 10, I can reach him.
Yeah, no. The closest guy, the guy that's speaking to you, is 10.
Oh, okay. He's back a bit.
But the other 2 are back and behind, as they want to be.
Okay. I'll look around for a narrow point and say we need to, and sort of nod in that direction.
And the guy kind of looks over and is like, "There's no way out that way, friend."
You'll get nothing from me.
That's what you think. And I will just bring up... I've normally got a backup here. Hold on. D&D maps. Let's see what I've got. Hold, please. I've got lots of streets, so I just have to choose the right one.
Sure.
Picking a street.
I want that one. How about that one?
Oh, excellent.
Oof.
Let's roll it that way. Ignore the dead people in the middle of the street. We're going to pretend they're not there. That's from a completely different thing. Hey, archaic engine. Oh, that's you, isn't it, Kitty?
Yeah, that's me.
That's it. All right. As a Shah, do you want to roll yourself an insight check as the newbie leaves the bar?
I got a 9.
Okay.
Wow, we're busting out the rolls.
You have second thoughts, but I will call you in a couple of rounds. You're up to level 2, aren't you? As
Who, me?
as Tanare.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, I was just doing straight rolls though.
Yeah. You're welcome to roll with Tanare's stuff.
Okay.
I'll adjust to suit once you come in. Just bear with me, and I will set up my encounters. Create new.
Oh, the tokens or something.
Got the tokens sorted. It's the encounters I'm just setting up here. On the other screen. Out there, radio. I would normally have this already sorted, but what I had sorted for the night was slightly different.
It's all right.
Can never find it this way. It's a note to myself that I'm definitely going to need to make sure I do a bit of planning for the online one. I can get away with it when it's not online, but this way, definitely going to need to do it properly.
So Remy's got a whip at his hip, and a number of spikes that sort of look like they might be brigandine armor, but they're actually, as in supporting and like studded leather. But he can actually pull them out and throw them.
Cool.
They're actually weapons.
I like that.
Like along his forearms and so on. And
Uh-huh.
that means there's a metal sort of ring around each forearm, but there's spikes he can pull out and throw.
Excellent. Okay, that's that.
And if they're armed,
Where's it gone? They will be armed. You don't see nothing obvious, though, you notice.
yes.
They don't look like the kind of people who would pop up unarmed, though.
Yes. And challenge people for money in the street.
Yeah.
My friend. I haven't found my voice yet. I don't know what I'm going to go with.
That's right. That will come when it comes, I reckon. All right, there we go. That has set up. Let's see if I can't manage characters here, because we're not going to have those ones because they're not in this. Session 0. Hide that one. That one. That one. And that one. Okay. Save encounter. Again, sorry for the hold up there.
That's right.
let's auto roll the initiative on those ones. Could you both roll initiative for me? Ashar, yours is going to just be held off for a couple of rounds, and I'll keep that in my head. I'll let you know when you happen to wander across it.
Oh my god! I rolled a 2, so that puts me on 6.
So you didn't need me to roll anything?
Roll now, but I'll jump you in a couple of rounds.
Oh, I see. Cool. Okay.
There it is.
There I am. And somebody slunk off in some direction, so if I know sort of which way they went.
Just back this way. So just behind the left-hand side of the map they popped.
Yeah, okay.
So you know there is another one.
Dun, dun, dun.
I got a 6.
And in total?
Same as me.
Yeah.
What's your dex bonus?
Dex?
Yeah.
It's just +1.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's with Tanare's stats.
Okay.
So sorry, go on.
I'll be just in front of you in that case. Tiebreaker.
Ashar's not there yet. So
Yeah, I think I'm not there yet. So
that's fine. When it matters.
Yeah, and it sets you up like that as well. So the thug sort of pauses, cocks his head for a while, and says, "You clearly don't realize where you are." And he does a tiny little whistle, and around the corner comes the original one that slunk off with 2 others.
Oh, you swine.
And he says, "But really, be reasonable. Blood doesn't clean off the streets particularly well."
I'm trying to be casual, but pretty tense, ready to burst.
Uh-huh. No response?
I have no beef with you, my friend. We shall make my way, and I'll start walking towards one of them.
Okay, so we got 15 there. That's the guy that goes first. That guy goes second. Here's initiative count 10. This guy's not real bright, so he's going at 7. Then there's the 2 of you. Then 5. Then 4. So, which one do you move towards? This one here? Or the one you're talking to is you're facing back to this guy at the moment?
Yeah, the green one where you're hovering over him that came around the corner.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Who looks like the leader?
This guy here, there's the leader. This is the guy talking to you who's closest to you.
Yeah.
This is the guy that ran around the corner. And this guy looks to be second in command.
Okay.
So if you turn away from this guy and walk that way.
Yep.
Do you do anything else?
Yeah, I want to sprint and shoulder past him.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics or an athletics, your choice.
Yeah, I'll do athletics. I'm just kind of where is it? Here.
It'll be
13.
It'll be against their decks.
Yeah, an opposed thing.
Yeah. They just take a step your way. They see it coming, and you almost get through, but they just roll the shoulder in as well and stop you there.
Okay. Is it still my turn?
That would have been your movement. I'll let you take an action, but probably not a bonus action on that.
Yeah, okay. In that case, I will Ah, crap. Do they have weapons in hand?
Yep.
I'm just trying to weigh up whether I brain them with my axe and commence hostilities. I know what I'll do. I will bring out my axe and I'm just going to whack him, but I'll do non-lethal damage.
Okey-dokey.
I'll swing him with the back of it.
Too easy.
Let's see. So is that what I'm doing? Ready to go?
Yep. And this will be your move, after which we will begin the round of combat as rolled.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm hearing actions. I'm trying to figure out how to roll the bloody thing.
I tend to do it this way.
Don't I just hover over the action itself?
Yep. So if you hold on, let me bring that up there. Yeah, you should be able to just click on the action. Just click straight on it and it'll roll it automatically.
Attack. Battle axe. Okay, there we go. 18.
18 will hit.
So 12 plus 6. And it does 14 damage.
14 damage, wow.
So that's just to the knee with the back of the axe, so it's non-lethal.
Yeah, too easy. He doesn't like it, as you can imagine. He's, oh, well, that wasn't very nice, was it? And as he says that, what was he carrying? He's got a big heavy piece of wood with a nail in the side of it. It's
Oh, okay.
again, he doesn't seem to use the nail side of it so much, and he sort of rubs his knee and goes, knee for a knee then. And he aims back at your knee. But it's hurt a little, so his first hit misses, swings wide. And his second one, he tries to bring it back to the back of the knee to bring you down, but misses again. And he says a word that's appropriate for the slums and not for...
Okay, not for the chat.
not for the chat, necessarily.
Not for innocent listeners.
Huh.
This one on the other side, the knife guy, goes, "Oi! You leave my mate alone!" And he runs in with two shots. He's got what looks suspiciously like the handle of an axe.
Okay.
Like you can literally see where the axe head used to be or the hoe piece used to be. And he's sort of using it like a baseball bat, more or less.
Yeah, okay.
What's your armor class? 14 to hit?
16.
16. Shows 14 on the thing. So what have you not
14's
attached?
my deck. 14's my deck. 16 is with the leather armor, which I presume I'm wearing.
You might not have equipped it. Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
you haven't equipped the started, so it's in now. And so again, 2 whacks, but straight away the second one hits, and it hurts a bit, but you can feel that the damage was actually taken by it. And the thug goes, "Solid one, this."
How much damage?
No damage, misses.
Okay.
And that first guy you were talking goes, "All right, boys, you know what to do." And they fan out. He comes in behind. And he pulls out a mace. It's an actual mace. There's metal on it.
No.
All right.
And he goes, "Honestly, I gave you the opportunity, but you've made me act." And he just goes, and just tries to whack you in the side with it.
Okay.
A miss.
Oof.
And you're pretty aware of what's going to happen now. And so you spin around and you manage to dodge both of those. And you're starting to feel like, despite the fact that there's so many here, the city's just like your hometown. Nobody's as strong. Nobody's as fast.
It's a bit desperate.
This guy at the end here sort of moves around, and he pulls up a crossbow and fires it off at you.
Okay.
And it misses as well. In fact, it just about hits the other guy. It goes into the loam of the wall to your right, and you see the top guy who was talking to you go, "Oi, yoy, 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 yoy! You can't loot a dead body. It's not that late, all right?" And it's your turn.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. I'll do the same thing. How's the green guy behind me looking?
He's upright. He didn't expect it. You can see that while you're going around with the others, he's like just clutching his knee, sort of massaging it, giving it a rub. Like, he's not happy. He's just like, man, I didn't expect to get hurt tonight. This guy's supposed to be green.
Okay. I will swivel the axe around and two-handed and go check for him.
All right, so he's still down, and he's the first one, isn't he? What's he got? That's a hit.
Okay.
So he's down, and this time, like, even if you're using the side of the axe, it blows him up in the face, like right up on the jaw, and sends him for 6. What damage do you do?
7.
And you can see he's reeling now. He's actually down on one knee. He slowly stands up, spits out a little bit of blood, and goes, "Oi, well, we're not playing fair. Is that how it is?" Asha, you finish up your drink and you go to leave the bar. You sort of look back and you notice that one of the 4 that were watching him are gone. And you go to just walk off down your way and you take a few steps along the opposite direction that Remy went. And then you realize that if something happens, you're probably going to have to explain it later. And you turn around the other way. So you'll be, and you start heading the way you thought he went just to check. And you'll be there on the next round.
What equipment do I have? What will I be using?
Use what you've got. Just use your stuff. It's going to be easier.
Okay.
So we'll pretend that this shady character has similar stats to you.
Cool.
What have we got? Initiative 5. So Initiative 5 sees you whack this guy upside the head and blood, and he goes, "Oi!" And he shoots his crossbow as well.
Swine.
For a natural 2. And it misses as well. And this veteran here who's been watching the whole thing swears a little bit, pops around, and he's actually going to come around the other way here. And he's going to have a couple of whacks with the mace. First one, again, he just hasn't positioned himself quite right.
Okay.
But the second one, he sort of waits for you to sort of step back from the last one and just whack, and glances you on the shoulder. And you think you've dodged it at first, but then you sort of moved a little bit further than you thought, and you cop one to the arm, and you take 8 points of damage.
Oof.
How many? What's your maximum hit points actually?
13.
Let's just set that up here.
No, I see. 8.
And you're spun for a minute. You're absolutely dazed. So So it's actually probably not bad, Tana, that Asha has similar stats to you.
Well, you say that. Okay.
Except that they do have cure wounds.
Okay.
Seeing
she
as
she doesn't have cure wounds.
I know. I figured Tanare wouldn't, but this one does.
Okay.
So just assume that
That's cool.
they Ashar doesn't have bless or ceremony,
Okay.
which you have. They have cure
I'll
wounds.
just swap one out for now.
Yeah, they have cure wounds and probably healing word as well.
Yeah, cool. I'll just put those up and swap them.
Excellent. I'll just put you in there for coming in the next one. And then that first thug that was down sort of stands up and takes another swing at you. He's really quite angry.
He's taken 20 damage or so, hasn't he?
He has.
I would be.
But he's far too angry to actually land a good hit.
Ah. I'm ducking and weaving all over the place.
That's it. Seriously. Another miss for the next guy. They weren't ready for you to fight back. They figured that this was just going to be a normal evening where, like, you looked so green walking into the bar, and they saw Egan sort of take the 5 silver from you. They saw that that mob boss's lackey sort of talking to him. They thought you'd be an easy mark, but they're starting rapidly to realise that wasn't the case. So the veteran uses their turn and goes, "Oi! Treat it like a battle," and you see everybody just sort of shift a little bit and start to move into formation. Roll a perception check for me, Remy.
Okay. 10.
Seems very ordered and in formation. It doesn't like that thought just sort of floats across your mind, but it doesn't really connect to anything.
Yeah, they're not street scum.
And using their second action, they go for another whack. And you see it coming, but you don't quite turn in time. You take a further 3 damage.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Okay, so I've got a bonus action to take a second wind, which I'll do.
Uh-huh.
Healing myself for 4.
Okay.
And no one's actually unconscious yet, are they?
No.
Okay. How badly injured is this Mr. Green looking?
He's look, on a scale of 1 to 32, he's probably at about an 11.
Okay. All right. I'll just roll to hit him.
Yep.
Two-handed with the axe again.
Sure.
Hitting armor class 12.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then 14 damage.
And still going non-lethal.
Wow. No, he's hitting me with a mace, isn't he?
Yeah,
closer off.
He had a stick this one.
Yeah.
But you don't get
people are shooting crossbows at me. That is lethal damage.
Yeah, I would be saying.
Braining this guy.
Yeah, he goes down.
Yep. And what did he have in his hand?
He had a mace and a heavy crossbow.
Okay. All right. And I'm sort of surrounded, so I'll take 3 strikes. But I'm trying to position myself. This guy behind me, number 10 with the fist, I'm trying to get him between me and the crossbowman, trying to get a bit of cover.
Yeah. All right. Well, this one's out anyway. He's down. So I'll put him just off screen over here.
Yep. Parking lot.
Yep. So I'd say that'll be within range, all 3 of them there.
And what's the distance between these crossbowmen and...
They're probably about 25 feet from you.
Yeah, okay. All right. So I'm just going to try and position myself to get the partial cover of... because I'm surrounded by 3 people, so one of them's sort of in their way.
Yeah. The one with the swords probably will have disadvantage.
Yeah, okay.
To hit, or they'll have to move.
Yep. All right. Then that's me done.
No worries. At this moment, Tanare, you sort of walk past the end of it and you see a bunch of people standing in the street in a way that is unmistakably confrontational. And you put two and two together fairly rapidly.
Okay. And I see who is, like, basically I assess it well enough to know.
Yeah, you get, like, there wasn't really that many other people at this time of the early evening going around, and you're surprised to see that there's already somebody unconscious on the ground. You're even more surprised to recognise that it isn't Remy. But you do some quick maths and realise that probably wouldn't last for very much longer.
Yeah. How's Remy looking? Is he broken up?
As you get closer, you realise that he's a bit of a pincushion at the moment. No blood coming out, but you can see that there's been a little bit of a whack-a-mole game go on.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm just going to actually I can as an action, I would like to shoot my crossbow at the guy with the mace.
This one here. Yep, you're in line for that. Go ahead.
Oof, damn. 12 to hit.
That's 10. No, that one misses. He doesn't see it until it comes past, but just shy. You were sure it was going to hit, and it just misjudged it slightly.
Did I get? Oh no, that's fine. Okay, yeah, cool. Fair enough. I will. Ooh, what's the? Then as bonus action, I'll cast Healing Word on my new friend.
No worries.
Yeah. So that's 60-foot range.
Yep.
We have them surrounded.
And that is a 5 heal.
5 to heal.
Nice.
And is it possible that I can sort of, I don't know, is there like a barrel or a bit of rubble that I can just kind of skirt behind?
You pop up over here and you figure that these two might not have actually noticed quick enough to turn around. Their intent seems to be on their quarry.
Yeah, cool. That's me.
But they did notice you enough for their, for both of their aim to be put off. I am rolling terribly. All right, what's that? Number 11. Does a 15 misses, doesn't it?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
I'm ducking and weaving like a madman.
And you can see they're frustrated. They're like, what is this guy?
Sure. What the hell? Not the easy target they were hoping for.
The veteran sheathes his longsword, this guy that you were talking to, and pulls out a short sword and just sort of flips it round, ghetto style, and using it like a big dagger, and just tries to go down, hits you in between where your leather armor comes up, going for the shoulder. You realise that he's going to have to pick the winnings off your dead body and do the work afterwards if this is going to work.
Uh-oh.
But you've seen that move before. You know where your armor is weak. And you step behind and step out of the way, robbing him of his second attack.
Who's that, me?
Yeah, and so it's your turn again.
Okay. Right, the guy on the ground, did he have a dagger at all?
It'll be a bonus action at least to check. But there's nothing, so there's nothing visible.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. All right. No, I'll just keep swinging with the axe, I think.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking to switch to... I don't have the range for it's too hard pressed for anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, so two-handed once again.
Yeah. Who are you hitting?
Oh, you've got to go for the leader. If you
Yeah.
drop the leader, maybe it'll work. I'm class 15.
That is a hit, just.
Okay, and 9 damage with the battle axe two-handed.
10, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. So he's run forward and missed you, and he's gone off balance, and he's just come through, and you've managed to slash him across, doing enough damage for him to spin around again.
Yep.
And I would say that would probably change your side. So you're still within melee with them, but they're all on the one side now. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm not in a position to disengage, I guess.
No worries. So Tanare, it's your turn.
All right.
Tanare, Ashar, sorry, but
Yeah. I knew who you meant. Okay, so which ones are which again in these icons?
okay. So the stronger
the main
looking
guy.
ones are 4 and 10. Other stronger looking ones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of just want to do the same thing, poke out my head and try to crossbow bolt. Main thug.
Cool. Roll for that.
Seeing this fire coming, I want to make sure that this friend in the darkness has a line on number 10.
I got a nat 20 to hit. +3, so total of 23.
Yeah.
Happy days.
That hits.
A blessing.
So you're going at the number 10 there, are you?
Yeah, the big guy.
Okay, so you'd probably step forward a little bit there just to get a decent view.
Sure.
And yes, you hit. So up to you. Each attack, you can either double the existing damage. So roll your damage dice and double that, or you can roll it twice, but you have to choose before you roll.
What do you normally do? I mean, I normally do double dice,
Yeah.
but so roll twice.
Yeah, so you can do it either way. So essentially, before you roll, though, you can choose just to double whatever you roll, or you can roll twice, but you nominate before you roll. So
I'll roll twice.
you roll twice.
So so the first is a 9 damage, and then 2 damage.
And now, does that include your modifiers?
Oh yes.
So it's only the dice damage. It's only the dice roll that you do
So
double.
so it would be just the so -1 of, so that'd be like,
so 10 damage.
10.
And so that thug leader's starting to look a little bit hinky. You can see that one really stung. It just hit straight in, exactly where he was trying to attack on you, Remy. All of a sudden, right, whizzing, your hair just about goes up as this crossbow bolt comes through and over your shoulder and just straight into that muscle that he was just aiming for on you. And he's suitably surprised and put out.
Cool.
Number 5 sees it but doesn't change. Having had not great luck with the crossbow, though, he comes in with his mace brandished and misses twice. These guys might be more drilled than your usual street thugs, but not by a lot.
Okay.
The other stronger looking guy sort of looks at you and goes, "Who are you?" And with his long sword, he takes 2 strikes.
2 strikes, my God.
First one, literally, as he pulls it out, he forgets how close he is to the corner, and it gets knocked on the side of the street, of the actual side of the building. But as it comes back, he just flicks it around and tries to, chop your ear for a 17 to hit.
Oh, that's hits.
1d8 plus 3. Dealing you 4 damage. He just hadn't recovered very much from that first one. And so he glances you, but it is merely a scratch. The dead thug doesn't do a lot. Number 11 has another crack. 10 to hit. He misses. Again, they're just wild shots here. Like your time in the military, you look at this and you're like, when you first saw them sort of organize a little bit, you're like, these guys military? No, they definitely weren't. And if they were, their discharge would not have been honourable. All right, the main veteran's got his short sword in 2 hands now, which he's not used to because the first one goes astray. And again, you step aside, and with every shot, you can see the others sort of looking back towards each other, and you can see they're starting to think they picked their mark poorly. Number 7 steps back though and has a go with the crossbow. Misses again. Far out. I am happy.
Am I popping all these?
You're missing all that. They're missing you though. All of them.
Okay.
I'm very happy that these rolls are going tonight.
I'm a whirling dervish.
You are indeed, and it is your turn.
Okay. They're all getting 2 attacks a turn. That's like 8 to 10 attacks, unless something crazy happens. I'm looking at tactically trying to narrow those number of attacks down. I'm thinking I'm going to disengage. Spin out of the reach of these 4 guys.
Yep, you want to go that way?
Yep, and sprint back to be sort of side to side with my unseen assistant.
Back here?
Yeah. Not in line of crossbow shot, but just around the corner here. I want to move my full 30.
Yep.
And force them to come to us.
Okay, so you're going to pop sort of there then?
Yeah, and step around the corner so they don't just pull out crossbows and whatnot. And so my action is to disengage. So all I can do is move my full 30.
Excellent. So there, I'm going to say you managed to sort of nestle in there outside of range.
Yep.
All right, Tanara, your turn. You see Remy pop back, sort of notice that, sort of finally confirm it was you that was supporting, and pop back into what looks like a defensive position.
Cool. Who's closest to us at the moment? Which one is that?
This is the one that's been shooting crossbows. So just that one there.
I might change targets and go for that guy.
No worries.
Yeah. But also with just my crossbow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oof. Oof.
That would be a miss.
And I got a 7, so that's a miss.
That would be a miss. Is that everything?
I will give it an acknowledging nod to Remy. But yeah,
that's it.
All.
All right, the guy, this guy up here, sort of was just about to hit you with a sword, and just sees you spring off before they were ready, and they sort of just drop the sword, reach to the belt, use their movement to load the crossbow. Literally takes a fair bit. This guy's not as strong as he looks, and turns around, sort of looks for you and can't find one, and just sort of moves across to Ishar and takes a shot there.
Ugh.
17 to hit.
Oof, yeah.
Holy hell, 1d10.
Should have hidden.
You take 7 damage.
Oof.
So the load is slow, but then you see them just sort of stand sideways and crouch down and shoot it off. And so you realize that probably for their lacking hand-to-hand, range-wise, that one in particular at least, goes all right.
Mm-hmm. At least when attacking me. Huh.
That's it. This guy sort of pops down. As he's walking, loads up their crossbow, but is trying to walk really, really tough, and is clearly focusing on that because when they fire, the shot goes very wide. There's never a chance of hitting you.
Does he have cover? Have you got a barrel or something that you're behind?
They'd
Just step out from that.
This one sort of just stepped around these barrels in here, but probably 3/4 cover from you at least without a step out.
Yeah, okay.
7 walks to there. Has a shot on you from there, which actually hits.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
But
You say
Finally.
it's you. I'm going, who's you?
yeah, sorry, Remy hits you for 1 damage.
Hey.
But again,
Ow.
you were crouched down there, so it just manages to luck in and hit you.
Yeah. I'm below half. Oh, my pincushion. I'm covered in bruises. But now I've got range, and this is my element.
30. The second veteran doesn't have a great shot on you, so has a crack at Ashar.
No.
15, 16, 17 to hit.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah.
Did you say Ishar?
Ashar, A-S-H-A-R. I've just stolen the name of one of my IRL game characters because because I needed something quickly. Yeah,
That's what I was about to do when you asked me what the name was.
You take 5 damage, Tana.
Oof. Oh.
So you guys are both stinging at this stage. Remy, your turn.
Okay, so just looking at these, number 4, number 10, that's their initiative rolls, isn't it? 4,
Yeah,
10,
that's it.
11, and 7. 10's the leader, and he's taken a bit of damage.
And 4's the 2 I see.
Yeah. And what about... And they're now firing crossbows.
Yeah, because they're not within melee, they're firing their crossbows. But with heavy crossbows, they're not going to get a fire every single round.
Yes, okay. And what about number 7 there, the one that Ashar just struck at?
Fumbled that turn.
Any armor?
It appears to be wearing leather armor, but it's not particularly robust.
I'm looking for someone who's easy to hit.
Yeah, you get the impression that all but the 2 stronger looking ones aren't going to be particularly hard to hit.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to flip a dart and throw it. I'm going to step out so that these guys see me do it,
Yep.
and so they see that I've got a lot of them, and I'll throw it at this number 7.
Okay, roll to attack.
I'm going to try something. I'm trying to make a show here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and aim right for the throat and take a -5 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a class 11. But no, that's going to miss.
It would have hit if you didn't get the +5.
Yeah, okay. All right. And
So you pick it up and you sort of you make the show of pulling it out. You whip it out, and you flip it up, catch the end, and throw it, and it's right on. But the show was just enough time for the guy just to move out of the way.
no problem. And these guys, yeah. So it's better for them to be firing crossbows because they're only going to shoot one around. I'll try and move sort of to be more than 30 feet away from number 4 and 10. So across, I can't really click on the screen. I'll show you where I want to go, but it means you might need to slide everyone off to the right or something.
So you're heading back this way, yeah?
Yeah, and just looking for cover.
Yeah. So again,
I'm in a sort of running battle, trying to back away and yell out to my friend here the same thing. If he moves 30 feet back and gets cover, they can't meet us, and they'll get disadvantage, or we'll get.
roll me a perception check to hide, because you can't actually hide. They know exactly where you are, but just see if there's
Oh,
somewhere
no,
you think you can get out of sight.
I don't want to be hidden. All I'm doing is looking to get cover. Because if I can get 3/4 cover, my armor class goes up.
Yeah, just roll a perception to see if you can find somewhere that works.
Okay. Look around for something at short notice. No worries. 17.
Yeah, you'll be literally hidden at 17. You needed a 15 for 3/4 cover, so at a 17, I'll give you safety for a round. It won't last.
No,
but you'll get safety for a round.
Okay, and I'll yell out to Ashar, "With me!"
Yeah. So Ashar, you see him crouch and say, "With me," and you suddenly realise that you're a target.
Damn it.
If you have a history in the forces in any way, shape, or form, Ashar, you would recognise a few of the moves here from Remiel as somebody who's served.
Yeah, I don't know. Do I?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. Up to you.
Yeah.
I would say probably not.
No.
Given my skill set, if we're,
Yeah, that's probably true.
basing it on.
Good call. All right, your attack.
All right. Well, how far away is where Remy went?
He's probably another 15, 20 feet behind you.
Okay. Can I back up to roughly where he is, kind of? Or just like take a step? If there's something in, I'm trying to hover, but it's not coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just somewhere a little bit further away.
Yep.
Preferably, if there's like some gloom or something. But I will cast. No, I will. I'll bonus action cast healing word on myself this time, because I don't want to die. So I'll do that first. Ooh, I got 7.
Excellent.
So I'll just heal up. And then I will, with my main action, I will attack with the crossbow. I will attack, just nearest target, actually.
Yeah, so that'll be number 7 there, the one with the cross swords.
Yeah. So. Yeah, 20.
That's...
Not natural.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yes. 8 damage.
And straight away, that one was following Remy, and as it's turned to the side, you've copped them right straight upside of the neck, and they go down in a pool of claret.
Awesome.
So that one's out.
Yes.
Good shot, my friend.
And you can roll perception for a hide on this round as well. Same kind of numbers.
Me? Sorry?
Yep. You to know. Oh, you,
right.
Ashar.
Yeah, cool. Oh, we got a net 20, so 23.
So you are invisible.
I'm in the shadows.
So in order for the rest of them to even find you, they'd need to be right up there. It's like, oi, where'd you go? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But they're not going to get us hacks this round.
That's what I was trying to do. Just force them to dash.
You'll go again, Remy. Oh no, this one comes in as well. Oh, and 7 gets a shot as well. So 7 would probably be in there. It's like, oi, there they are. And that's why no one else gets a shot, because they're sort of like, they disappeared. They were wondering, they were sort of looking around to see if there was a little alleyway they didn't know about. But then number 7 there manages to see him just as he runs out of time to have an action. So it's your turn again, Remy.
Okay. Has anyone not seen me?
I'd give you an advantage on number 5 and number 11.
Okay, I can't quite see it, so small. But which ones are they? Do you want to just?
So the
Oh, that's better.
the two at the back.
Yeah. Okay. So number 5 and number 11. Right. Okay. I will pop up and do the same thing again,
Okay.
throwing at number 11.
Too easy.
Taking the -5 again.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a class 16 with my -5.
After the -5.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hit.
I got it rolled a 21.
That's
naturally.
awesome.
So
Brilliant.
So 16, and it does 17 damage.
And that number 11 wasn't it? So that one goes out. So again, straight away, the rest of them don't even see it. The other one just goes down.
And that's without the advantage.
Yep.
You
know what? Take for that. Then take the advantage as another shot. They'll see you. They'll definitely see you on this second shot.
Yeah, I've rolled the same again on my second shot.
Cool. So take the next. Any of them you can have.
Oh, it was only the one. I was only the one, number 5, the one that was easier to hit and have.
So
that's what I was going for. People who are surprised by me.
They both go down.
Okay, so there's two spikes. And then if there's an alley at my back, or I don't know whether.
No, you're hidden behind a pile of garbage and a couple of barrels and those kind of things. Which is why they were a bit confused, because they expected you to pop down an alley, which is another 10 or 15 feet down, but you didn't.
Okay, I'll turn to Ashar and say, "This is a running battle. We can win." And follow me, and I'll also dash off another 30 foot away.
Before you go, roll me a perception.
Okay. My perception is horrendous. It's the only thing I've been rolling today. 13.
Yeah, I roll a fair bit of perception. You get the impression that this remaining grunt here was fairly overawed by that. They're not looking particularly confident anymore.
Now that I've got range, I can start throwing. That's what I'm for. That's what I do. Okay. Right. So this is number 7 was a bit taken aback by that.
Yeah. Number 7, you can just see is quaking. They're like, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, good. But number 4 and 10, still, one of those is the leader, right?
4 and 10 are both of a similar level of toughness.
Yeah, okay. I'll say, we'll take your money now, thanks.
Roll intimidation.
Boo. 4.
The guy you spoke to initially sort of growls at you. You realise you're supposed to negotiate before you kill me, mates.
Oh, okay. Give me a couple of minutes.
And Tanara, your turn.
Can I still move?
You can move as well, yeah.
I just want to force them to shoot crossbows rather than...
Okay, so you pop around. There's a... what I'm actually going to do...
You can just slide us all.
As you pop around this corner.
Yep.
Yeah, back at that end of the next the next block.
Ashar,
your turn. Ashar, your turn.
All right. Who was the guy that made the comment about?
The guy with the fist.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 19.
That's a hit.
And 9 damage.
Awesome.
Looking real, like he just about goes down onto one knee, manages to hold it. Absolutely looks terrible. forgetting the fact that a crossbow bolt at that distance would probably do more than make you feel terrible.
Yeah, but
He's very put out.
It's magic. He's very, very bendy. That's why I like the that idea that the damage in D&D is more about your ability to withstand and avoid damage up until you get to 1 hit point. Then you take the killing damage. So yeah, might have hit a bit of armor, missed all the vital parts, but his ability to dodge and be aware of the battle is fading rapidly. Is that you, Ashar?
Yeah.
The other veteran though is completely. Oh, you're not moving at all.
Oh, actually, let me double check Yeah. I'll back up. This is a running fight.
Yeah, we're shooting over our shoulder.
You
trying
to find another shadow to duck behind.
You would move. You need to move behind Remy in order to. Every time I write Remy, I stay on caps for the E as well. And the veteran comes running around 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can not make it into range because you specifically wanted to be out of range. And you had enough movement to outdo their movement by a just. So at 10 feet, spends the round pulling up the crossbow again. And rolls a natural 20.
Oh, good night.
Who's he targeting?
Remy's the one in front.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a 1d10 too. So go hope for low. They rolled a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 10 damage and you go down.
Oof, I'm down.
Oh no.
Unconscious.
Uh-oh. I forgot that you were low.
I've
Need a
been
moment.
That's all right.
The other veteran pops around, sees you down, Remy, readjusts aim to Ashar and rolls a 4. So shoots and just that quick change of target throws him out.
Yeah. Awesome. Good.
7 pops in and doesn't take a shot. Being a bit spooked, doesn't find a really good shot. So Remy, roll me a death save, will you?
How do I do that?
Oh, there's a button for it.
There's a button for it up top. Just trying to find it.
I can see the death save section.
Oh, what you've got to do is if you adjust your hit points down, once you get to 0, if you should see, if you refresh, it should just refresh the screen, and it should adjust the adjustment I just made, and you'll see it up where your hit points used to be. Should look like that.
I can see failures, death saves.
So
and I'm clicking it, it comes up with hit point management.
No, actually, did you refresh your page after I changed your hit points just then?
Oh, my hit points were already...
If you have your hit points at 0, where your hit points used to be, it should have like a little head with crossed eyes and then failure and success.
Yes.
So just roll.
How do I roll it though?
Yeah. I don't remember.
It might be the Beyond 20 extension, which is... I don't know.
Yeah, just roll a 20 and let me know.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go back to my medicine.
Yep.
20.
Cool.
Recover on one hit point.
So that's a success. I've just updated that for you. There's something a bit hinky going on with your system, I think, because I'm not actually seeing your rolls, but I am seeing Tanare's.
Yeah, okay.
But the system's in beta for dice rolling and for encounters, so I take it with a grain of salt anyway.
But if I roll a natural 20, don't I automatically recover and wake up on 1
You
hit point?
do, actually, don't you?
I'm conscious.
All right, so you are conscious. Now, the way I normally play returning to consciousness, if you return to consciousness in that round,
Yeah.
you probably don't get it to attack to the next round.
Yeah.
So essentially, you take that turn to sort of shake the dust off.
It's at the end of the round. Okay.
Yeah. So Tanare, you see him sort of shake too and pull himself up on one knee.
Yeah. So I'm next to him.
Yeah.
I'll just like, put my hand on his shoulder, kind of thing, like, and cast Cure Wounds.
High five.
Yeah. Oh, I got a 10.
Hey.
10. Very nice. 11 health again.
And no, I don't have anything I can do as a bonus action.
Oh, that's a full action, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. That veteran comes back into you again, Remy, into melee this time. And multi-attacks with the short... This one was the one with the short sword. No, this one's the one with the long sword. 14, which misses. And a 22, which hits.
Pound. Mace?
Longsword.
Okay.
Takes 6 damage.
Okay. Lucky I got that 6.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're still prone, so he has to do it at disadvantage. And misses.
Okay.
Yeah, melee attacks have to be at disadvantage when prone. So
Melee? I thought it was ranged.
I think it's ranged.
Oh no, so you're right. So it does hit. So you take 6 damage.
In fact, you get advantage if you do a...
Yeah. Well, even at advantage, if I'd rolled that disadvantage at advantage, it would have been the same. So
yeah.
So that hurts.
Okay.
The other veteran comes past and has a melee go at you, Ashar. And the second shot hits. They're using the short sword.
Oof.
And you take 9 damage.
Okay.
It sort of takes the time and lines it up this time. Remy, your turn. You really feel like you need to wrap this up soon.
Yeah. How's this number 4 looking and number 10?
The one directly in front of you there, number 4, is looking sprightly and fine.
Yeah. Number 10 the leader.
But number 10 is looking really, really worse for wear.
Okay.
And you'd be close enough into melee with both of them.
Yeah, okay. I'll just do the double-handed axe into number 10.
Yep. So you're there looking at this guy that's just brained you, and you literally stand up and just swing around the other way.
Yep. No, this is bad. I don't know how to click to actually roll dice. It's not. There's no hotspot on my attack.
If you click on where it actually has the numbers themselves, like not on the name of the weapon, but on the where it says hit DC and it's got the plus whatever.
Click the plus.
Click on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm clicking on it. Nothing's
happening. Oh,
happening.
it doesn't work.
I'm going to do medicine again then.
Yep.
That's not working either. Let me check something. No. Like I click on initiative, and it's just calling up a text of what initiative looks like.
So there's something going on there, is there?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
When I roll it for you, it rolls. So
What I'll do is I'll just re-roll D&D Beyond.
Uh-huh.
Extensions, maybe. Okay, I'll try again. Give me a sec. It's just refreshing. There's something to do with one of these extensions.
Okay. Jump to the control room quickly.
Okay, here we go. Hit some cost 20, does 10 damage.
And you're going for then that the main guy goes down, and you can sort of see in his eyes as he goes down that he picked the wrong mark.
What did that do for him?
Yeah, he's gone. His mate with the axe. You see him sort of look at him go down, look at the other guy, and turn to run, but just hold himself. Tanare, the guy that was attacking you, goes down.
Have we lost Puddles?
I'm still there.
Maybe.
That was that 10 hit points.
Yeah, so he went down.
Dead ant.
Yeah.
He's fallen over out of his chair.
Yeah.
You guys still there?
Have the suspicion that I was supposed to give up. What do you think?
Maybe.
Are you still there, folks? Can you hear me? What's happening here?
If I had managed to shoulder past, I would have just run.
Yeah, they could have just, given up themselves, right?
Given up the chase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they sort of realized that you weren't an easy target pretty early on in that fight. They could have run when we decided to start backing away.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure what happened there. Are you guys still about?
Well, hopefully, if it's a gang, if it's a gang and you sort of have killed more than half of them.
Can you folks hear it all?
The difficult thing is not taking out the leader. Unless you take out the leader, it's they might think that they've just got expendable goons. But they're military, so maybe that's got something to do with it.
Well, are they military or are they trying to be military?
I don't know.
Maybe one guy is military.
True.
And,
yeah.
I mean, if they were good military, they would have killed us.
That's true.
Should we try to reconnect maybe, or?
Yeah. What about Discord's always the backup. Hello.
Hey, I've got you.
I'm in Discord.
Yeah, I can hear you there. I'm getting you double now. Are you getting me at all?
We can't hear you.
Okay. One moment.
I can see him there in Discord.
All right, I've just not sure what's happening there.
Was that 10 damage I did?
Yeah, you killed him. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, I've just deleted us out in the control room. Something has happened there. It's gone red, so I'm not sure what went on there.
Okay.
So I've left it up so we can still have our images, but I think they're a little bit freezy now.
Okay.
So something's gone hinky there, I think. I'm just reloading it quickly to see what that does. But that has completely got rid of it. So I think we're running completely now in Discord.
For audio?
Just audio at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put your faces, your little faces over there for now.
Okay.
And hopefully Kitty will be able to jump in, because I know Kitty has troubles with this one.
Kitty, you can hear me, can't you? We were just talking, and I can see her in the...
That room's probably going to freeze, though, because it's completely locked up on my end and I've got rid of it. So it'll probably just be a shell now.
Okay.
So, there we go. Let's run that way.
Can you guys hear me in
Discord? Yeah, we're all locked in Discord now because the OBS Ninja is frozen for some reason.
Should we... do you want to reboot that, or...?
No, I reckon we just... I've taken your images that I had on the corner there and biggened them up for the minute, and we'll just wrap it up because we're at... we're after 9 o'clock now, and we've got to get you guys to where you need to be. So let's finish up the battle and see how we go. So the smaller guy quaking in his boots didn't quite run, sort of waiting on what the thug will do. And Tanare, it is your turn. Or Ashara, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of this. I'm just gonna Oh wait, I healed you up last one, didn't I?
Yep, and they went back down again. So he's in melee with you, the remaining thug.
Oh, he's in melee with me.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh no, he's in melee with Remy. So you're
with
actually
me, yeah.
So you're clear. It's Remy that's in melee.
No, thought I healed myself last time. I did. I haven't put it in. Oh no, I healed you.
No, you healed him, and the other one had a splash on you. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Damn. Okay. I actually don't have any spell slots left anyway. But if I back up, he's not engaged with me, right?
No.
Alright, cool. I will back away.
Roll me a perception check.
Sure thing. Oof. 7.
They still look pretty harsh, but having been in a battle or two of yourselves, in the kind of position that you're in, you suspect that nobody's above at least a chat. Like his other mate is gone, all but one of his cronies are gone. You're 1-on-1 now, having had a fairly above the odds run. You think that surely there's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
To de-escalate hostilities so everyone can go away and lick their wounds.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll back up. Back up to a nice, relatively safe distance. And kind of put up my, not put away, but just have my crossbow not directly targeted. I mean, I could easily still shoot, but just as a gesture. I'd like to indicate that maybe we should stop fighting.
You would know that your employer is an individual of high repute in this district, so you feel that if you were to to name drop,
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll say that.
Yeah.
His name and be like,
And
you know,
and colloquially around the Rat's Maze, he's known as the Maze Lord.
or just say, you know, come on now. Do we really need to do this? We don't. You don't want trouble with the what was it, Maze Lord?
The Maze Lord.
You don't want trouble with the Maze Lord.
You can choose intimidation or persuasion.
I will do persuasion. Oof, damn. 10.
The smaller one out in the middle there goes, you know the Maze Lord? And he just goes, nah, too rich for me, and he just barneys off. The other guy looks up and goes, oh, I thought you might be connected.
And yet you attack.
What about Green Gills here? He one of the Maze Lord's pets as well? He's sort of talking straight over you, Remy.
He's my new friend, which you were well aware of.
He sort of looks at you. Now you can see that he registers that the threat, and he's noticed that his mate's gone, and he sort of looks at the two of you, and he's obviously not been hit. He's been as lucky as Remy was at the beginning of the battle.
Yeah.
I suppose he looks at his mates on the ground round the corner who are all just melted up.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose there's benefits in a parley. He looks down at you, sort of gives you an arm to pick you up and says, what's it they said your name was, Green Gills? To you, Remy.
Yeah. He said, you can call me Remy. You can leave with your life. And that's more that you offered me.
You throw those little spikes pretty well.
I'll slide 2 out.
I'll let you go this time. Let's agree that next time we meet, we do so with hands and not sharps. And now you recognise this guy. This guy wasn't in the initial group. He came at the whistle.
Yes.
So he probably wasn't initial. He wasn't the initial instigator. That guy's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Devil obviously misjudged his mark. I don't intend to do the same.
That's probably a wise decision.
But next time you see me, remember I did you that kindness. And if it finds the ears of your man, you go ahead and let him know that I made a good decision, will you not?
You think this is a kindness?
He raises an eyebrow. You don't see that. You don't see fear of the name of the Maze Lord in him, as you would probably have expected to.
Okay.
But you probably recognise that line of just enough shrewdness to not to not continue when the odds aren't perhaps as clear as they were a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Name's Valin. If you're around these parts again and you look me up, we've probably got more. We've probably got more to talk of. What was that? Sorry, Remy.
I said yes. Maybe we will meet again. Maybe we'll look you up next time we're passing through.
He looks over your head again, Remy, and goes, "Did you give your name, Ashar?"
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you give your name before, or?
I didn't.
No.
But,
So he looks up over you and goes, "And you?" And you. Hey, Monsters and Mayhem. Look at that. We've got a raid. We're going to have to pause for a second, guys, because we've got a raid and a host. So, Monsters and Mayhem, thank you very much for all of that. Hey, welcome. You've walked in on a very, very improv-heavy session. This was our second pre-session, and we had one of our players unable to make it last minute. So what you're seeing here is the very end of a completely improv game before the start of our whole session. The raid message didn't come up. That's no good. So yeah, so Remy, who's just come into town, found himself a foul of about 6 or 7. Hey Laura, thanks for the call in there. And Mostly Wolf, thank you as well. So Remy found himself completely surrounded by a bunch of thugs, and Ashar came to the rescue, having narrowly saved Remy from having his goal taken. And what was going to be a very simple shake-up turned into a bloodbath. And you've just come in as Remy and Ashar are negotiating their lives or the thug's life. We're not really sure at this stage. So Ashar, the thug, looks over Remy again and goes, "Do you know these parts?" You would have a reasonable knowledge of this area.
Okay.
Ashar. And they say, "Blaine's Potion Shop, 2 streets down. Mention my name. They'll restock your wares for a good deal." And sort of stands up, lets the weapons go down, and backs away around the corner.
Okay.
Sort of points at you, Remy, and goes, "I'll be watching for you and your aim," as he sort of pops around the corner.
I'll just roll it like you see some people do with their pencils.
Alrighty, and that takes you out of combat. Now, that will definitely be enough, Remy, for you to go up to level 2 at the end of the session in time for our next one.
Okay.
So this is the first session that Remy has played. Kitty, who's playing Ashar at the moment, whose name is Tana, played last week and set herself up with 2 of our others, Brendo, who will be playing Formosus Lucille, who is a tiefling bard who thinks they're a fae, and Elfia. We're still waiting on some art for Elfia. Is a what were they? What was
Asimar.
Asimar? That's right. An Asimar. I couldn't remember the word Asimar for a second. An Asimar monk who doesn't know they're an Asimar. And so Sasha's, I think Sasha's on board game night tonight, and Brendo was watching in before. And then, of course, we've got Tana Twistbronk, who will be joining us as well, who's playing a gnome rogue who is not a thief. So that will be interesting to see. Back to the game for a moment, though. Remy, you're not feeling great.
No.
Ashar, you're not either. You've been given a tip that you can probably pop off for some potions around the corner there. But you also know that it's probably a good part of an hour, hour and a half of reasonably quick travel to get to the crossroads.
Okay. I'll just do a quick. I'm got my arms full of crossbows, maces, long swords, short swords, whatever these guys would.
Yeah.
I'll be looking to cash them in at a weapons place. Go down to the what's it called? Pawn shop.
Blaine's Potion Shop.
Yeah, and hock them for half of new value.
Yeah. Blaine's Potion Shop is the nearest shop that you're able to find based on those directions.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Doesn't have much interest in the wares.
That's fine. I'll tie them up, keep them all in my bundled up, wrapped in a cloak or something.
Ashar, you probably know somewhere they can be stashed should they need to be. So if you want to just take a note of what you picked up, crossbows and maces for 4 of them.
Okay.
Bear with me 1 second. I think my wife is locked out. I just heard a knock. I'll be right back. So if you want to just take a note of those quickly, I'll be right back.
Meanwhile, if I go and look at, where is it? D&D Beyond. How much is this gear worth? Just had some treasure surround us. Inventory, manage. Here we go. Crossbow. Light crossbow. What are they worth? Oh, 25 gold. Boring. There's 4 of them, I suppose. There's 100. Maybe you get 50.
Apologies for that.
Sword. Yeah. Long sword. With 15.
None of them are in particularly good nick.
No.
To be perfectly honest.
We are in the slums, so...
Yeah, so I would say you probably really not get much interest out of it apart from the metal for it, which would be a couple of gold if you found the right place at this stage.
Okay. If they're in that bad nick, then I will just donate them to charity. I don't want them to fall into thugs' hands again.
Yeah, so again, Ashar, you would know how to put them in such a way that they'll be found by people friendly to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Town watch.
Sorry, go again.
Town watch. As soon as the first town watch person comes by, say, "Hey, we found all this stuff. It looks like contraband."
Yeah. And now this map is now starting to look a little bit more accurate, particularly with the bodies in the middle of the road and everything. Valin didn't wait around for them. You get the impression there that perhaps not his crew.
Yeah, he doesn't care that much.
If you have the gold for it, he did loot and pocket a few of them on the way out by the look of it as you go through, because you don't find a lot in coinage on them. 20 silver in total is all you find, so no pouches. But on the side of the belt, you can see the little kind of rubber area where the pouch might have sat. So you get the impression that he was pretty quick on the way out there to make sure he cut his losses.
Okay.
But the when you mention Velin's name at Blaine's, they and especially Ashar, if you mention the Maze Lord, you get half price on basic healing potions.
Nice.
And I think you should be in a position. Oh, you had some winnings, didn't you, in your last session? No, but you're Ashar. So yeah, Ashar has enough. So between you, I would say Ashar probably kits you out with a couple of healing potions.
Okay.
So
for me to add.
Yeah. So probably maybe one for you, Remy, and one for Ashar.
Okay.
And I would imagine, Ashar, you probably see it fit to go the journey for the rest of the way. All right. So at that stage, so thank you very much for Monsters Mayhem for raiding your party in there. You did come on to us, as is so often the case, towards the end of our session. But before we pop off, if I jump out of that, normally we actually have video going on, but we had a catastrophic video error about 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes before everybody popped in there and had to go over to our pre-generated images, all generated by our characters as they've done their past couple of weeks of pre-gaming. We've run through some character creation, some world building, which you can all see on the VODs if that's the thing you're into. But this evening, Remy's job was to make it to the crossroads. So roll me a D20 to see how you go for the rest of it, Remy. Let's see, make sure we make there without further incident.
All right, I'm on 8.
8. That's right. So doesn't happen pretty quick, particularly quickly. It's nigh on 10 p.m. by the time you arrive at the crossroads. And you pull out the directions that Ashar gave you and have a quick look, knowing that you're probably not going to need them. And it says hidden hut, 300 yards shy of tavern.
Okay.
And there's a password on it, but before you read that, Ashar sort of looks at it and goes, "You won't be needing that."
I mean, I'm escorting you now, so it's fine.
And I am going to suggest we leave it there.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yep. Cool.
And what we'll do is Tana's backstory, which would have taken place tonight, is probably the mission that you will be included in when you arrive at that meeting place. And so just for the level of context that you'll need, Tana works for the Vault. What's it called? For the Lockstock, as it's colloquially known, but it's the Sedendrian Vault. Used to be an ancient lighthouse, older than the current civilization, probably from before the Spellblade Calamity. And it was rebuilt as a vast, secure lock. And unbeknownst to you as well, Ashar, when it's brought up, the Maze Lord has organised enough insiders to attempt a raid. Remy, you're invited to take part in this raid on the open Lord Marshal Alar Biren's personal stash.
Cool. Count me in.
Not so fast, young one. We'll not be sending you in live for now. I simply want you to run a little bit of contraband for me. Get it close enough. I hear that you are more than capable with those little river barges that you bring down from the Tassoon.
Well practiced with them.
Bloop.
And whatever you might want to hide within.
Hold on, let me bring the other map up here. Session 0. And they bring up a rough map, like so, of the Sedendra vaults. It looks suspiciously like it was pilfered from the vault itself. It's not quite a schematic, but it's a fairly accurate looking setup. We'd like you to stash, if you can, just down here. And so there's to the north there, on the right-hand side of the bridge, you'll see a little alcove. And they point out 3 or 4 different places they'd like you to organise the dropping of certain supplies. After which they want you to walk away, take a room at the Hung Vagrant's Toenail for a few nights and wait for further instructions.
Where's the pickup?
Come into the back room. We'll have a drink and we'll discuss it more. And we will fade to black there. And so essentially that's probably going to happen off stream unless we decide that that's where we're going to pick up for our first setup. Haven't decided yet, because when we meet in a tavern, it's always a tavern. It's not going to be a tavern. We'll have to decide what's happening there. Now, that is going to depend entirely on how active our chat is over the next few days. Now, I have holidays coming up this Friday, and so I might be on over the weekend, but we're at 30% of our 25,000 channel points challenge. And if we make those 25,000 channel points this Monday coming, We're not scheduled to have a game. We might try and schedule one with Arlene to see if we can catch up. And if that's the case, next Monday, are you all available for us to have an unscheduled extra game where we can actually run that, probably not the heist, but the fallout for it for Arlene's character?
Likely, yep.
Excellent. So if you're available. So I'll still try and give Arlene an opportunity to do that. I think she had a scheduling snafu there.
Okay.
This evening, from what I read. I only read it briefly, so she was actually out at something she couldn't then get away from and come and join us. So I must admit I've experienced that on one or two occasions, and we'll pop it from there. So I will leave it at that stage before we make too many plans, depending on what happens from there. I will be back on Friday for our usual Sea of Thieves night. And then we'll probably do a couple of things over the weekend, and then on Monday have our setup stream. Our aim, and I'll probably drop the threshold on that challenge down, but we're at 30% now. We've got 25,000 to raise. I might bring it down to 15,000. If we can raise another 15,000 channel points, which costs nothing except watch time, by the way, we'll give you an opportunity to start an NPC. It might not be the main one if we don't make our 25, but an NPC that will be able to order our characters around at least a little bit. Hey, Valiant Odyssey, welcome back, man. So Valiant's up there for Friday. He's one of our regular on Sea of Thieves. So anybody else who's a part of one of those communities, get around, get involved. Anthony, thank you very much for diving in today. I hope we've given your character an opportunity to stretch their legs and throw some knives.
Yes. Yep. Few misses, few hits.
That's it. You started off very, very strong. And Kitty, thank you very much for riding along and diving into some ad-lib characterization there. I'm loving the opportunity to just throw characters at people and then see how it falls. I apologize if that's not something you all are comfortable with. I can imagine that would be daunting if it were done to me. So do always know that you can just go, yeah, no, I'm not going to characterize that today. I'm just going to roll dice. Although I get the suspicion, Kitty, that that's sort of a thing you don't mind doing.
I don't mind doing.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Sorry that we didn't have more set up for the evening, but you roll with what you do. It was good practice for me as a DM. I've got a few things from that I'll reflect on and see if I can do better. I've got too many different pop-ups and screens around, so I've got to set up what I'm doing there. All our chat, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And Monsters and Mayhem, thank you for bringing your crew to see the beginnings of what we hope will be a regular thing. It'll be every second Monday that we run our D&D, starting on the 4th of October for our first official session. On the off weeks, there'll be some world building, there'll be some discussion. We might run some one-shots, some other things. Sort of watch the space while we see what gets built here. If you are into a little bit more D&D, if I'm not mistaken, Anthony, you run a session on Fridays. So while I'm sailing the Sea of Thieves, you've got a session running your own, don't you?
Yes. So Flurry of Foes is streams and ends up on YouTube and ends up on podcast. We just hit 6,000 downloads last week, so that's pretty cool.
I'll just write that in there so you know you get there. So check in and try and grab that. One thing we should probably do, I might list some plugs up on my stream page for other people who want to pop in there for yours, because I know there's quite a lot goes on with the players that we're having here. They're all fairly formidably experienced D&D players, from what I can gather. I'm one of the beginners in this party as DM.
It's fun.
Which is awesome. Alrighty then. Well, on that note, the reason I had to run away there before is let my wife in, although I think she was just knocking on the window to try and scare me, which, because I had the headphones in, completely backfired. So thank you again for that tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I'm going to get back to making some maps ready for next week.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Kitty and Anthony, I'll talk to you on the Facebook Messenger and get in touch and find out what we're doing for next Monday. See where that's going.
Yeah.
And I will talk to you all soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
See you later,
Thanks,
folks.